We've spent a lot of time so far digging into VMS in Azure. Let's take a bit of a departure and look at another popular Azure service, and that's Azure App Service. App Service is a PaaS service. That's platform as a service that makes it easy to create and manage websites in Azure. Well, hold on a minute. That's true. It lets you easily create websites, but not only websites. App Service is actually a service that supports the development of any kind of application that is accessed using an HTTP endpoint. In other words, if you want to create an application that is accessed using a URL that starts with HTTP or HTTPS, you can create that app in App Service. One thing that all App Service apps have in common is the underlying way they're implemented in Azure. When a request comes into an App Service app, it first hits an Azure load balancer, and this load balancer is responsible for distributing load across the App Service infrastructure. So it's going to send that request to a specific App Service front end, which is a specialized computer that knows all about App Service and where all the apps that are running an App Service are located. That front end is going to look at the URL and determine where the VM is located that's running the app that's being requested. Now that VM is going to be located inside of an App Service plan. You can think of App Service plans as a virtual container for one or more VMS that are running App Service apps, and those VMS can either be Windows VMS or Linux VMS. They have support for Docker containers, and they're running specialized App Service software that makes deploying your code to them super fast and easy. Now remember, App Service is a PaaS service, so that means the cloud provider or Microsoft provides the infrastructure and the operating system for the service. However, the application that runs on that service is your responsibility. Now, before we go take a look at App Service, I want you to pay attention to how I've represented the App Service plan in this image. There are 8 VMS in this App Service plan, but that's just an example of an App Service plan configuration. I might only have one VM, or I might have more than 8 VMS. Now later when we talk about scaling App Service apps, I'll explain that in more detail. So for now, let's head back to the Azure portal. And that way, you can see how to create an app, and we'll have a working app that we can use as we further explore App Service in the rest of this lesson. So just as we did when we created a virtual machine, I'm going to click Create a Resource, and the second option right here is Web App. So I'm going to click Create, and I'm going to put this in the same resource group where I've got my virtual machine. That makes it really easy for me when I'm cleaning up after I create all of these videos for this course. All I have to do is delete that resource group, and Azure will automatically delete all the resources within that resource group in one operation. Makes it really easy. Now I need to specify a name. Now notice underneath this name box it says .azurewebsites.net. That's because the name I give this out. Plus .azurewebsites.net is the URL that you'll use to access the app. So let's just see if we can use GSWA. Yes, we can. And to keep things simple, I'm going to leave Publish set to code, and I'm going to select a runtime stack. Now these are all the different runtime stacks that are available to you in App Service. These are already installed, already configured. You just have to pick what you want. So I'm going to pick, just for the sake of argumentasp.NET version 4.8. That particular version of ASP.NET runs only on Windows, so therefore Linux is grayed out here. East US is the region it's defaulting to. I'm totally fine with that. And now we can see that it's going to create a new App Service plan for me. I don't currently have any App Service plans. If I drop this down, you'll see nothing's listed. If I had some, they'd be listed here. This name is what it's going to give it. You can choose that name if you want to, or you can click Create New, and you can type in your own name, whatever you want it to be, and then it'll use that for your new App Service plan. This is my pricing plan. Right now it's got me on a standard S1. If I drop this down, I'll see that there are quite a few other pricing plans available to me. If I click Explore Pricing Plans, I can see all the different plans that are available in App Service. The standard S1 is totally fine for me now. The rest of the options that are available on these tabs up here, we're not going to worry about right now. I've specified everything I needed to create an app, so I'm going to click Review and Create. That's going to run a quick validation, and then I'm going to click the Create button to create that web app. Now what it's doing right now is it's actually deploying that to a virtual machine that's already running inside of App Service. It's already running all the software for App Service and everything else. And so creating an app in App Service like this is usually a relatively fast operation. It doesn't take as long as creating a virtual machine. And now we're all done. So that web app is created. If I click Go to Resource, I can see my web app is here running, and I can see the URL to it right here. So if I click on this URL, it tells me right here that my web app is running and waiting for my content. Remember, it's a PaaS service, so I have to supply my own application. But Microsoft manages the infrastructure and the operating system that runs App Service. I also have a couple of links here, one to Deployment Center, the other to Quick Start. So if I don't know how I can deploy code to this, I can just follow the steps in those, and I'll be up and running in no time. So now we have an App Service web app. Now we can do a little further exploration of this and look at some of the other features that are available. In the rest of this lesson,